12 pounds. I had to get my luggage scale out. Carry this on your good shoulder, not your bad shoulder. Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shanique and this is Shanique's Life Lens, where I cover tall girl friendly fashion, style, inspo, lifestyle content, and who knows what else it will evolve into. And this is the star of the show. A few months ago, I did a Coach Lana shoulder bag. I have to remember that there are two Coach Lanas. There's also the 23. So I try to make sure I'm calling this the right thing. But I did an unboxing video and I had hoped then that I would love it enough to be able to follow up with the video and convince you as to why you should or shouldn't buy it. And let's just get right to the point. I would buy it again. But this video will be all about the pros and cons about the bag. I think that there are a few things to mention. And I know when I was initially shopping, I watched a lot of videos. I wanted to figure out if it was what I really thought it was. So let's get started with the pros of this bag. First and foremost, it is resilient. And by that, I mean this pebbled leather is durable. I don't care if the bag gets wet. If I spill something on it, it wipes from the outside and the inside pretty clean. I think though that is also due to the fact that I purchased it in the black. I know that there is one that is gorgeous that is in this brown suede. I steered clear of that because I knew that for me, I would just be too rough on things to manage suede, not in the form of a purse, maybe a piece of suede on a tennis shoe, but not as a purse. Because again, though, I wanted something every day and I don't have to worry about taking this out in the rain. I don't have to baby it or anything like that. So I will say that this particular color, this material is super resilient. I would imagine if you purchase the suede material, whole different story. But yes, definitely one of the pros is the resilience. Another pro that I like about this bag is the capacity. This bag has 3 interior compartments, one on the front, the one on the back, and then the one in the center is zipper only, which is great in case that's where you wanted to put your keys or something that's sensitive. The 3 compartments, yes, the front and the back, the purse can technically be closed if you just wanted privacy, but as we'll get into later, because it is so big and it carries everything, including the kitchen sink, you will probably be tempted to load it down with a lot of things, which if that is the case, closing it will be, I won't say impossible, but it does not stay closed. I have all 3 compartments stuffed to max capacity. So the only one that closes is the one with the zipper. I cannot fasten this shut unless I unload half of the stuff that I have in it. Maybe that could be a con. I didn't even have that listed, but I could mention that as a con. Another pro about this bag is just the functionality. Because it has 3 compartments, I find it so easy when I'm shopping to have it on my shoulder, let one strap fall out and just reach in it with my hands to pull out what I need, whether it's my wallet, my keys, my lotion, as opposed to needing like a bag organizer. This one, because it has compartments, I already know in my mind where everything is. So I don't need to create organization because everything really does have a place. And it's so easy when I'm out and about to just open it and reach inside. It's not like some of your other bags that have a small opening, and I suppose that's the good thing about any hobo style bag is how easy it is to just reach in for what you want. But the compartments make it even more simple to reach in and grab my brush, my charger, my, whatever it is, my keys, hand sanitizer, whatever the case is, super easy. So I will say that's one of the other pros about this style bag. So the texture, the leathered material, the fact that it is huge and that it has the built-in compartments and just the functionality of it all, definitely all pros. I definitely find that this bag carries all of my necessities. With these Coach bags, they last so long. The same with the wallet. I have a wallet that I've had in there for 6 years, and every time I see another wallet and think, oh, that would be so cute to buy it, I think, why? The one that you have is still in tip-top condition. They're so durable. All of their products are. So definitely would purchase it again. But let's talk about the cons, because there are a few cons and it's worth mentioning them because, like I said, when you are shopping for the bag, it's helpful to know what to be aware of. And then that way, if it's something that is a turnoff for you, you can decide if you want to put up with it or if it's not even worth buying it. The first con is, and it's been mentioned in most reviews, most follow-up reviews and updates, the weight. And so again, well, let me just say this. Because it is so big, you will want to weigh it down with all of your essential items. So it's tempting to overload this bag. And then once you do, it is very heavy. Again, it's carried on the shoulder. So do I feel uncomfortable after shopping with it for a while? Not necessarily. It'd be a different story if I had to carry this on my elbow. I wouldn't be able to make it. But because it's on my shoulder, I'm able to get through a shopping trip with no issue. But it is heavy. I want to prove it to you. So I have it weighed down. And like I said, this isn't in a what's in my bag, so you don't know what all is in here. But let's break out the luggage scale and see how much this bad boy weighs. Let's see what it says. Oh gosh, it's already tipping the scale to about 11 pounds, almost 12. So, and again, I have it full of a lot of things. So I will say this. If you have a touch of scoliosis, if you have a bad shoulder, this bag is heavy. But again, it is on the shoulder, so I feel like it's somewhat manageable, but I just want you to be aware. I have about 12 pounds worth of things in here, but they're all my everyday essentials. I need all of this stuff, right? So again, when people say it's heavy, that's what they're referring to. Again, you can unload it, but it will be hard to not carry a lot. And I feel like people who buy this hobo style bag, they tend to like to carry a lot of things. So it would be very easy to fill it up is what I'm saying. So that is one of the cons. Here's another con that I want to mention, and it may be hard to see. I don't know if I can demonstrate it well, but I'll try. Initially, you would think it was a pro. This bag has 4 feet at the bottom, okay, which is ideal, right, for most bags. However, even though it has 4 feet at the bottom, the purse is still touching the ground, the floor, the surface that it's on. Maybe not where the feet are, but certainly right in the middle. And there's an argument to be made that the reason it is because it is weighed down with so much. But for example, if I were to try to slide this piece of paper under, I can't. So, and maybe I'm wrong about this, but I have other bags that are more structured at the bottom. And so the feet really lift them up. But again, the surface of the bottom of the purse is really firm. With this material, it is weighed down quite a bit. And again, maybe I could lighten it and I could be wrong, but nothing fits under. So that tells me if I do have to put it down on the floor, it is fully touching. So that's something to know. I mean, think of all of the places that you go and there is no place to put your bag other than the floor. The nail salon, you may sit down and there's somebody next to you and there's no place to put your bag. So be comfortable with putting this on the floor and let that be known, because yes, it has 4 feet, but it is weighed down enough in the center. And again, that could just be my bag because it's what? 12 pounds. that it is not raised up from the surface. It is very much fully in contact, with the exception of where the 4 feet are. The rest of the bag is touching. So I just thought I'd mention that for people that are overly protective of their bags, you might want to know that. Experiment with it if you want and see if not putting so much in it makes a difference. But like I said, it's that hobo style bag. So the 4 feet, that extra bit of, it's really just more of a design feature, but it doesn't prevent the bag from touching. It looks good, but that's about it. So the cons again are that and the weight. And then the final con, and it is what it is. I don't foresee myself ever reselling this bag, so I'm not looking for it to be in tip-top perfect condition, but it's exactly what you see here, and that is the arms do eventually give way. The back in particular, I think, was caused by, after a while, I started putting this on a closet shelf at work where I did kind of forcefully collapse these. But before I would do that, and I would take them out and it would return. But here's what caused the front strap to sink in, and that is all of this. I mean, if you're someone that gets this bag, you probably are looking forward to decorating it with charms. That's like the most exciting part about it. Like, oh yes, I want a big bag that's functional, that can let me store all the things. But if you're someone that loves a good charm, and I do, that will instantly start to sink the siding in, which will make the arms collapse. This bag is cute on its own with no charms. I mean, it has a very sophisticated look to it, but I just had to decorate it. And so by the time you start to weigh it down, it just sinks in further and further. But like I said, I have no intention of selling it back. So if that never regains its structure and it stays that way, that is fine with me. When it was brand new and I was low-key babying it, there's a way that I can unfasten this chain. By the way, this chain is from Amazon, but there was a way I could unfasten the chain, and then there was no pressure on the strap, and it would always return to its original shape. But again, I needed something that I could sling on my shoulder, take it off at the end of the day, throw it on the counter, and keep it pushing. I didn't want to have a whole routine for how I went about managing it. So, again, once you start decorating it, adding your charms, hooking this, that, and the third to it, it will start to cave in permanently, but I'm okay with that. It is a lived-in bag. Some girls have mentioned that it falls off their shoulder. I have to be honest, that has not happened to me yet. I'm left-handed. It's always on my left shoulder, with the exception of when I'm going to work and I have like my work bag on my left shoulder and this on my right. And I thought it was an issue of like it might fall off one shoulder and not the other. But to be honest with you, it has not fallen off either shoulder. I don't know if it's just the way that it's situated right on me. I'm not sure, but I know that that's something that I've heard people mention. It has not fallen off, and I can't say why. It hasn't been a con for me. Some of the girls also posted, and again, this purse is only 3-ish months old, but that the seams on their bag were coming undone. But I carry mine when I throw it in the truck or whatnot from that spot when I am quickly taking it off. And so again, it's only 3 months, but I don't see any signs of the top of the shoulders straps at all beginning to deteriorate. So that could be a quality control thing. Any place that makes things, a mass produces. I mean, you would think for what you pay that every stitch would be right, but things fall through the cracks, unfortunately. So I will say that it's not a con of my personal bag, but I know I've seen some people mention that the seams and the stitching, they have become undone. So I would be curious. Like I said, it's only 3 months old, but what will it be like 6 months, a year from now? I don't know. But that is something worth mentioning. So yeah, you guys, that was quick and to the point. Again, love this bag. I love the color that I got it in. I get so many compliments. I can't wait to show you all what fits in this bag. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to like, give it that thumbs up, comment below. Let me know if you have this bag, what you like about it, what you dislike about it. And if there are any questions that you might have that I left out in the video, feel free to comment and I'll do my best to get back to you and answer them. Thank you for watching. When you finally made it to Friday and you are exhausted. Oh wait, no, today's Thursday.